Warning. The following podcast practices hardcore S&M. The safe word is pizza. This is Crudimentary Questions with your hosts, Sandy and Jill.
Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Jill.
What is up?
I have a question for you.
Give it to me.
I actually have a question for you instead of, the other way around.
I love it.
When was the first time you saw pornography?
So are we talking a movie or an image?
I would say an image, because I know that, there are things that we end up seeing on TV and movies that are meant to be titillating.
Mm-hmm.
And are meant to be, get people good and wet and hard.
Mm.
But that is separate from the entire medium of pornography, which is, I feel, is a separate medium.
We're talking porn, not just naked person.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have discussed the first time I saw a pornographic image with you. It was that one that was sent to me on AOL.
Okay, but
we talked about this in the episode about erections.
Okay, I don't think that counts.
Okay. So that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. So it's not just that you saw a dick that was meant to tittle. God,
No. It was actually like porn stars posing in a photograph.
Pornography. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It wasn't some random guy's dick. It was
it
photograph.
was literally two porn stars.
Okay, then that counts. Do you have a second time?
I saw a Ron Jeremy video.
How did you see it?
On the internet.
Did you look it up?
No, it was being played on my friend's computer and everyone was laughing. And I come up to the screen and I'm joining in on the watching and laughing.
And you're going like, ha ha ha, it's so funny. And inside your brain is just like, red alert.
My brain was thinking, why is this man in a porno? Because he's
right. He is not
nasty looking. And forgive me for if you are attracted to Ron Jeremy. I apologize. I am not.
I'm not personally either. But
his dong is huge.
He has a huge dong. Right?
His dong is huge. His dong is scary huge. And
are we talking 12?
I don't even know if units of measurements could describe the unit.
Of light years
of
couldn't describe the unit.
His unit is his own unit.
Yeah.
Sorry, but this lake is one Ron Jeremy wide.
The Mariana Trench is one Ron Jeremy deep.
Yeah, I don't know. Looking back on it, I'm not sure if. It might be disappointing to me at this stage of my life.
I've never seen a Ron Jeremy
I've seen so many
video.
Dicks at this point.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of dicks, but I haven't seen a Ron Jeremy video. I have heard he has a giant dong. More power to him and all that.
And all that jazz.
But I think it's interesting that your first exposure to pornography was not consensual.
Right. It was
somebody sent you
it was peer pressure porn. It was pure pressure porn, absolutely, because I was just they my group of, it was like a slumber party or something.
yeah
and we were looking up. We also watched Showgirls that night. That was a very sexual party.
Oh yeah, those NC-17 was the rating of that film. This sounds like a very sexual party. Jill, is there anything you'd like to share?
What?
Anything else about the party happen?
We made our own porno that night.
No, compared breasts?
We did not.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
We did play the we played like a flashing game. Have you ever played that game?
No.
You turn off the lights and then turn them on again, and you dare someone specifically in the room to flash everybody.
This sounds like a very sexual sleepover.
It was, actually.
I feel terrible because you were probably, 12?
No, I think I was, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, good Lord. I hate having to say, I am not trying to sexualize 12-year-olds. But anyway, this sounds like a pretty radical party. I mean,
it was just everyone's hitting puberty. All the hormones are raging. People people had crushes. I think we called boys that night too.
You called the boys.
We called boys, you know, and
we never did that, but I did go to a party when I was about 13, a slumber party where we played strip poker.
oh wow,
Yeah, I know.
That's
it was really
with boys and girls.
No, it's just girls. It was just
Oh.
girls. We were just the whole puberty's hitting and hormones are raging. But I like seriously would like go to the altar at church when they'd have an altar call and like ask God to forgive me for that night like so many times.
Oh my gosh, Sandy!
It was so well because I knew I was like, this is wrong. This is wrong. I shouldn't play strip poker. Anyway, let's talk about porn. Right?
Yeah, I mean, when you said the first time you'd seen porn.
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
The first time I saw porn, actual pornography, and so I mean not a movie or a TV show, or mostly it was movies at that point, or I mentioned in a previous episode that I used to look up in the encyclopedia old paintings of naked people to like get my
Renaissance porn.
Yeah, so I had some Renaissance porn moments, but it wasn't proper pornography. It was art.
I like how you're calling it proper pornography instead of just porn.
But I think we all know what
Is there a difference though
Yeah.
of
'Cause
proper pornography versus just
there's-
pornography?
Because proper pornography has almost no artistic intent behind it.
Pornography, the purpose is to get people's rocks off.
Yeah, it's to get people off.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about nude films. We're not talking about art. We're talking about porn.
This is gratuitous, meant to get dicks hard and pussies wet porn.
Yeah. So,
Which
when
is great.
Did you look it in a magazine? Did you see it? What type of media was it?
The best I can remember, and I'm gonna sound like such a stupid square. This is an exposure to pornography that wasn't the actual pornography itself, however, an advertisement for the pornography. So remember Girls Gone Wild?
Oh yeah, those commercials.
Those commercials. I prayed for those commercials to come on because I wanted to see the videos so badly.
Okay.
I was so excited by those commercials.
Now in the commercials, they would blur everything.
They would blur everything,
So
and
you were watching censored porn.
I was watching censored porn, but I really wanted to see the girls go wild.
And what was that? What drew you to the Girls Gone Wild videos?
The boobs.
The boobs.
I
Appreciate some boobs.
I love some nice boobs.
Good.
I have nice boobs, so that's useful, I think, in my personal appreciation of the boobs. But I also am sometimes attracted to women and sometimes mostly attracted to men, but sometimes attracted to women. So visually, I find myself attracted to women a lot in pornography, specifically.
Jill's eyes just got really
And
big in shock.
there was something about the reckless abandon of it. The
we were talking
implication that the girls would kiss each other or something was really exciting to me.
About like his pornography.
But I just
because I knew
really
it was a
wanted to
thing.
see those nips.
I was always
you
too
know,
scared to
Those
look at
nips.
because they just
myself,
kept blurring out the nips,
but
and I wanted to see them.
Yeah,
was
nips are
super
fun.
curious.
And I think that well, we've talked about this. How
back
you
up a
prefer
bit.
lesbian porn over
I'm gonna correct.
heterosexual
I prefer
porn.
girl on girl,
girl on girl.
which is not necessarily lesbian because that's a whole other topic. You know,
You mean it could be straight girls?
like I don't know the sexual orientation of the actors in the film is what I'm saying. So I'm not entirely sure. And usually the setup, that particular kind of porn tends to be made for straight men who are more imagining girls experimenting than they are imagining like a loving relationship.
I understand now. Well, wait, 1 second. Loving relationships don't exist in porn, right?
For the most part, yeah, you're right. They are about hookups.
So when you
Porn is
call
almost
when you call it heterosexual porn versus lesbian porn versus gay man porn,
Mm-hmm.
you're not talking about their relationship. You're talking about like maybe this is for this kind of viewer or
like,
something.
do you think girl on girl porn is made for lesbians?
No, it is definitely. I mean, lesbians probably do enjoy it,
I mean, I'm sure some do. I'm
but
sure
I
some don't.
think you're right for the most part. For the most part, all porn is made for men.
Most porn. They do make porn.
I said for the most
part.
part.
You're
all
right. You're
por-
right. You're
porn.
right. You're right.
Haha.
Haha. Yeah.
Logic.
Anyway.
So
Sound argument detected.
okay, so here's what I wanted to discuss.
Yes, let's discuss it.
I have a hard time with porn,
Mm-hmm.
watching video porn
Yeah.
of complete strangers having sex.
You mean like strangers to each other in the film?
What I mean is I gotta have a story,
Oh, right.
and I don't feel like they're fulfilling that need for me in the story world.
Well,
It's like, oh, they're just delivering pizza and then they have sex,
it's because
or they're having a business meeting.
for the
but then
most
they
part,
have sex.
these people are not actors in the traditional sense of the word. So you don't necessarily want them acting out a story.
Right, but they're also very shaved, typically, and that bothers me.
One, I need some artistic merit, and two, I need pubic hair.
I need some reality.
I gotcha.
Or maybe completely unrealistic, in the sense of we've talked about how I have watched a lot of anime porn,
Yes, we have discussed that.
and this is I need to time out here. I have actually not masturbated to porn ever. Okay. So
I did it all for you, so
you've done it enough for me.
yeah, I've done enough for the both of us.
And I've only masturbated to other stuff that we don't have to talk about.
Sure. Another episode, just a whole other episode.
But porn has never, and maybe it's because the expectations are there. It's like, I should be masturbating to this, but I
Yeah.
can't. I don't know. I feel watched or something. I don't know.
You are, like, to be clear, you are being watched. The government is, got an eye on you, if you will. If you have a camera on your laptop, then
I'm being watched. Oh yeah.
somebody at the NSA has called their buddies over to watch me masturbate anyway.
Well,
but-
then what they're seeing is me looking confused while watching anime porn.
which is probably also very fun for them.
Elated
Yeah.
occasionally and,
Uh-huh.
and thoroughly entertained.
I'm sure they also called their buddies over.
They probably did.
This girl's watching anime porn and she looks confused.
She looks very, very confused. But when I'm watching, and I guess what it does is it makes me feel like I'm not a disgusting person watching it,
Because they're
because they're just pretty
Animated?
drawings.
the drawings, yeah.
And so I guess it is more artistic even in a way, because it's
Sure.
a
and
form of art.
there is a production company for porn, and I can't remember what they're called. And I wouldn't want to be accused of being a shill for them anyway. But it's something like XX art. It's something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And the videos are, one, I appreciate a good story too, but if I'm watching porn and masturbating, I want to get to it, So I just don't want, like, a big long story. Like, that's too much.
Sure.
But this particular company will do pretty short intros it's not exactly a story, but their pornography videos, usually they're 5 to 10 minutes long, and they're shot very artistically. If I can, they look like somebody really cared about the lighting
I might
and
be into that.
and the direction. And I remember one particularly. It was 2 girls. There's a lot of girl in that one. And you saw them sort of playing earlier, like they were.
Like volleyball?
No, I'm sorry, this is not a good word description. They were trying to, like, throw candy into each other's mouths, like, just joking around,
Okay.
just like having fun, like friends.
Because that's how all girl on girl experiences start with, is when you're like,
Oh,
we're pillow fighting.
oh yeah. I was gonna say I thought they all started with pillow fights.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was candy thrown into the mouth.
It's another form of pillow fighting.
But it was about them enjoying each other first, like just having a good time with each other.
That's nice.
Yeah, and that was pretty short, and then they get into, like, the making out, and then
See, I would
and
like.
I liked that.
See, that's the kind of stuff I mean. I would like there to be, they already know each other, maybe. We don't have to see that year-long relationship or
Yeah,
whatever.
It's true.
But maybe they're just sitting on the couch watching Netflix, like something real. And then they chill, you know?
Yeah.
And then they have the chill moment. I mean, maybe that's too real for some people.
There is porn like that. I've seen porn like that. But I've also seen the naughty student with the teacher.
Also, what is up with the camera shot of, like, in there?
Oh, all up in the...
All up in, like getting as close as possible to the penetrating section of intercourse.
The hole.
Yeah, not even the hole, like just a visual of the penis going inside of the vagina.
Oh, I gotcha.
I've seen porn where it's just like zoom in.
Yeah. It's one of the money shots. I think that's what you're waiting for.
I just feel, I don't know.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff, but if you think
It's
about
a lot
it,
of butt stuff. No.
But it's a lot of I get it. You're very funny. Especially if also let's all consider that pornography is a lot of times just made for people who aren't having sex. Whether they are not in a relationship, they're too young, or they just never were able to,
So they're filling a void or a hole
filling up
in their
filling up the vagina
life.
hole. Yeah.
They're filling a sex hole.
Yeah, they're filling up a sex hole. That's what masturbation is. Watching porn and masturbating to it is just filling up the sex hole.
You're filling
have
up a sex hole.
You know what they used to tell me in church is that everybody has a God-shaped hole in their heart, and so so God comes in and he fills up the God-shaped hole. And I'm like, we all have a sex-shaped hole.
Everyone has a dong-shaped hole.
Most women have a dong-shaped hole.
Everyone's got a butthole too.
But everybody's also got a butthole, which is basically a dong-shaped hole.
It's a dong-shaped hole.
Yeah.
Or any of a mouth. Also a dong-shaped
Oh,
hole.
also a dong-shaped hole. Yeah.
Everyone has multiple dong-shaped holes.
To be fair, I think most holes are dong-shaped holes if you want it enough.
I mean, is that why they call it a manhole?
That'd be a real big dong. Could you imagine some guy just like he takes the cover off the manhole and then just like humps this like 2 feet wide across hole in the ground?
Yeah, they call it a manhole because a man can get in there.
I know why they call it a manhole, Jill.
I honestly didn't know. I
was
guessed.
riffing off of your premise.
But isn't it okay? Well, we can get into penetration later, or no? Let's get into it now.
Okay.
Penetrate.
Well, you were asking
Can we penetrate penetration?
Yeah. Why are they show the close-up of penetration? One, I said it's for people who maybe aren't having sex at the moment. It's sort of like this catharsis for them. Another, if you think about it, I've looked down plenty while I was getting railed, and you still can't really see it, right?
Well, you're just seeing some.
You're seeing like the top.
Yeah.
And so isn't that that's interesting? Like,
well, that's what I mean. I've seen it where they're like, I don't even know how they get in there. How do they get in there? Like, where's the camera?
Oh, how does the camera get in there? You just said it. It's zoom. They just zoom.
No, I think there's maybe it's attached to the balls or something.
You think there's a tiny little person with a camera?
Now I want to do a porno and have ball cam.
I am. We have to look that up on the internet.
Okay, we'll look up ball cam
on the internet.
That can't be a thing.
I feel like if you can imagine it on the internet.
Do you think Amazon sells ball cameras?
Yeah. We'll find it.
Maybe I can get it shipped today.
We'll have like 3-hour shipping. Like the drone will drop it off, or no, the person drops it off, and they're like, "Here's your,
And then we're
the
like,
thing you needed within 3 hours."
Thank you. That was so fast. And he's like, "Could I come inside for a minute?" Yeah, I have a package for you.
Yeah. You say I. And then he's like, "That's crazy because I have a pizza for you." Wouldn't that would be great if like all porn was just like people handing each other stuff? Like the pizza guy shows up and no, the package guy shows up and he's like, "I've got a package," and you're like, "Well, that's crazy because I've got a pizza."
Oh man!
And then somebody else is like, "Oh my god, I'm a plumber," and somebody else is just like, "I'm a teacher and I just happen to have a whip."
It is nice to know that they're depicting these sexually driven people as career-oriented.
Yeah, you know, they have a trade.
They have ambition.
They have, you know what? They're not going to be delivering pizzas forever.
No, that's not the plan. That's not their 5-year plan.
Not the
their 5-year plan involves fucking everyone they deliver pizza to.
And eventually one of those women, he's going to be able to blackmail.
Oh.
Right?
We need some more espionage stories.
Yeah, I think porn plus espionage, great combination.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that would be nice for me too, because I like a lot of crime stories. So you should combine
True crime
with
porn.
Yeah. Maybe it's like two detectives are working on a hot case together.
Oh God, and then they just fuck all the time.
That's what I
but they're
always
still
wanted
solving the
X-Files.
case at the end. Oh, and then they have sex again, but then
To
they solve the
celebrate.
case some more. And they're like, let's do it in the shower this time. And then they just solve more cases. Oh, come on, Hollywood.
And then the sexual tension is broken, and they realize they're
No, what happens is every time they have sex, they're like, we shouldn't do it again. And then the sexual tension builds up for like a half an hour. And then they have, they solve more crimes, and then they have sex again. This is great. This is a great idea.
So how about they catch the criminal
Mhm.
at the end? They catch the murderer,
Uh-huh.
and they handcuff him, and they're so enthralled by the passion of the moment that they have sex on top of the criminal.
Yeah, and he's just handcuffed.
He's like, no,
Can you just
take me
not?
to jail already? This is not cool, you guys.
I'll eat the cheese sandwich that they give you at jail. I just don't want to. Your butt's bony.
Oh my gosh. So okay, what are we gonna look up on the internet? We're gonna look up some stuff.
Ball cam.
Ball cam.
Mm-hmm. This is your fault.
This is all my fault. I am excited though because I don't know how they film that. I don't know how
I'm
they film
telling
it.
you, man. They zoom.
Or they use puppets.
I think all of your ideas are bad in this regard.
They use flesh puppets.
I think they use a zoom on a camera.
Or maybe just some poor soul.
Poor soul.
Yeah, some poor soul has to get in between their asses.
I mean, I think
For
that's
that shot.
also true. Like that there's a person who's one of their
He's got a GoPro strapped to his face.
Mm-hmm,
and he's just in there.
He's just like he can like like the pubic hair is tickling his nose. He's so close.
He said, God, did one of y'all eat tuna fish today?
Oh my God. Did you eat tuna fish with your dick?
Gary, can you stop farting on me,
Yeah.
please? Sorry.
Hey, I bet there is a lot more farting on porn sets than you think.
And queefing, I could imagine. All the sounds.
There's just a lot of that's why they put that stupid music over it.
That's why they put the stupid music.
Yeah, so you don't hear the spring sounds and then just like
Yeah, I have a hard time with that in reality too because I find that if we don't put on music, it's like gets awkward really quick.
oh,
Or a sound machine is nice.
a sound machine.
Just otherwise, it's just like skin flapping sounds.
Yeah, I like the skin against skin sound a bit. Yeah, quite
I'm
a bit.
not a big fan of that sound.
I get you.
It's just
I totally get you. It did. I mean, like, yeah, like it's.
It sounds
that.
like. Oh gosh, I just hit the mic.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to know, we're just slapping a dick.
Yeah, this is just we found a dick in the
Just a
wild,
dick
and we
here.
just decided to smack it.
Sorry,
Just smack
producer.
it. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, are you ready to move to our next section?
Yeah, we're gonna look up ball cam on the internet.
I don't know if it's gonna be anything, but we'll find other
We'll
stuff
find
to see.
something.
All right, we'll be back. Hello, people. We need your help. We've run out of questions. It's an emergency.
Yes, we're calling on you now.
You can email us at crudimentary questions@gmail.com. We're on the Gmail G train, and your G questions would be G welcome.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
G okay.
Anyway, we would love to hear from you. No question is too shocking, too personal, too weird, or too embarrassing.
Or too stupid.
No judgments here.
Now back to our stupid show. We're back.
Welcome.
Well, we're gonna ask. Well, I already have found some things on the internet.
Excellent.
Concerning how do cameramen feel while shooting sex scenes?
Excellent.
Do they have sex after the shot is over?
What kind of? I mean, eventually.
Yeah, I guess.
Do they just like drop their pants and like fuck somebody?
I think what they're saying is does the act of filming a porn make you
Horny.
hard and horny? Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So this person answered, for many cameramen, it is simply a job, nothing more, nothing less. They are not looking to have sex with the ladies after the shoot is finished. Believe it or not, a porn set is very professional. Between takes, most of the ladies will put on a robe, go look at their makeup, and find somewhere to chill and relax until it's time to start shooting. After the scene is shot, the male and female talent shake hands and exchange pleasantries. The director tells everyone good job and thanks for the nice shoot, and the cameraman collects his paycheck, goes to the bathroom to urinate, and finally leaves to go hang out with his girlfriend or wife. This is a very blanket statement that someone has decided.
I feel like I don't not believe them, but how do they know?
I don't know how they would know.
And also, camera operators can also be women.
That's true.
Yeah, this entire thing is assuming that it's a man, which I understand is more common, but so.
So this person is just basically saying they're just normal people doing a job.
They are normal people just doing a job, and I imagine if sex is an integral part of your profession, of course you're gonna like decompartmentalize it or compartmental. You're gonna like set it off to the side and be like, this is my work life, and then you're gonna have a social life on its own, which is why I feel like anybody who really, really wants to get into porn needs to consider like, how much do you like sex? Because do you really want it to be your job? And I guess if you're 15, you're like, yes, look, pay me for all the sex. But, you know, eventually it will sort of just become, rote.
Well, and it's probably very mechanical. The
Mhm.
actual shooting of a porn video is probably very mechanical, you know, less romantic than it actually.
Well, and I don't think it's supposed to be romantic, but
or less
truly sexy.
Right. Yeah, they're having to pretend that they are.
I mean, they may be attracted to each other, but they also might not be.
Yeah, who knows?
You know, they are actors and they are performing.
For the record, I could not find anything about a ball cam.
Okay.
This is a new idea.
Disappointed.
This is a new idea that I must patent and sell to the porn industry.
Okay, just to be clear, it would attach. It's a camera that attaches to the balls.
Mm-hmm.
It's pointing like up?
Yeah, like have you ever seen those videos of like a GoPro attached to an eagle and it's flying?
Yes.
And you see the eagle's head, right?
Right.
This would be that, but with the dick hanging down.
So that's not the balls then.
You'd get a view of the dick going in the vagina and also the vagina's like opening.
I think you mean just a dick cam, but the camera is maybe back, like towards the top of the
like
shaft.
Underneath the penis where the ball sack is.
Okay, so then we wouldn't be able to see the head of the penis.
You would, but I guess it would be on top, right?
Well, no, the way you're describing it, you'd be maybe seeing the underside of the penis.
You'd be seeing the underside of the penis. Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's the view. I mean, I think you should have both options. There should be options here. So, because if you're on the underside of the penis, as it enters the vagina, you're going to see a lot of taint.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so some people want to see that. Yeah, some people don't.
No.
So I think you should have options. So there's a ball cam, but then there's also a top of the shaft cam, which would be
you could do surround video.
TOTS, which would be tots. Yeah, you have a tots cam.
I wonder if you could have a cunt cam.
I'm sure you can. I mean,
Probably really dark in there, though.
can you have a cunt cam?
I'm not sure. Could we hunt for a cunt cam?
I think we could hunt for a cunt cam, but should we hunt?
How much money are you willing to front for a cunt cam if I were to hunt one for you?
I would front $100 for you to hunt for a cunt cam for me.
Oh, speaking of that,
Cunt cam?
Did you know there was a thing called a stunt cock?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Because
I'm
they
just
use it
learning
in,
this from
they
the
use
internet
it,
right now.
They use it in the movie Boogie Nights, which is a great film starring Mark Wahlberg and his pretend penis.
Yeah, that was puppetry.
Oh, that's considered puppetry?
Well, it was an actual animatronic puppet.
It wasn't a prosthetic.
Yeah, it won an award at the Oscars or something.
No, it did not
Best
win an award,
animatronic.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it did.
I'm sure this. I feel like this is an urban myth, another one of those things that.
Okay, so but like this question's great, which led me to this discovery. But male porn stars take forever. How do they do it? How the hell can they hold their load in for so long? What's the secret?
Stunt cock.
Stunt cock. Video editing. If you see a 10-minute scene of someone banging away in a porn vid, it's probably been filmed over several hours.
Yeah.
And more than likely, there's at least one stunt cock involved to film close-ups.
So you
while
can't,
the main actor was off recovering backstage.
so you can't see like his face or any of like the real length of it,
Mm-hmm.
but you are seeing like a fleshy dick going in and
Right.
out of a fleshy vagina.
Yeah, so I want to know, like, maybe there are porn people who have stunt cocks, and they're just waiting in the wings, just standing there naked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, or
The
they're getting
dicks hanging
fluffed.
out.
They're getting fluffed by the fluffers. Do you know about the fluffers?
Oh my gosh, I can guess what they do.
Tell you, you guess. I'll tell you if you're right.
They stimulate the penis so that it gets
Oh
erect.
my god, yes! How did you intuit that?
Do
from-
they use feathers though? Because some
No,
reason
they
fluffing makes me
suck
think
on
of feathers.
them.
Oh.
They give them handies and mouthies.
Do you think that they do that, or do you think they maybe just have a vacuum cleaner or something?
I am certain that they use their. You know what? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
I
we
felt-
should investigate. Does anyone know of a porn shoot happening right now? Let's go check it out.
Yeah. In Nashville, Tennessee, where are they shooting the porn?
Where are you guys shooting them porns?
Hey, so if somebody paid you enough money, would you?
I'm
Be
gonna
a
go say no.
I'm like, if I could lose 15 pounds of fat, gain maybe 5 pounds of muscle.
For in the vagina mainly, right?
Yeah, so I can tug on that dick.
You just got to do Kegel exercise.
Yeah, I do the Kegels. It's easy to do that when I'm eating pizza. It's a little harder to like do like pull-ups when I'm eating pizza. But yeah, anyway, I would totally do like be a porn performer if I was confident enough in my body.
You would let another actor go inside of you?
I would be paid.
You would be paid. It would be consensual sex.
Yeah.
But you would be willing to have consensual sex with someone, in the porn industry.
I feel like if everything was safe, and like obviously I'd have to discuss this with my husband and that sort of thing. I'm just saying I'm not ashamed of the expression of sexuality.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. The only thing I'm like even slightly ashamed of is my body.
Well, and I think that's part of the reasons why I say no, but I think a major part for me is it's just so invasive.
Sex is by definition invasive.
Uh-huh. And I don't know. I'd feel wrong. I've never let anybody in there
That you didn't have.
that I didn't have a romantic feeling
Gotcha.
about.
I gotcha.
I've never had a one night stand or
Yeah.
or a quickie or with like someone I
just bad.
or was just
yeah.
just dating like casually.
No, I got you. That's fair.
Yeah, so I have to have emotional connection. Maybe that's also why I can't masturbate to porn, because I don't have that emotional connection.
Well, I mean, I do have an emotional connection, and I tend to have one I've had one with all the people I've done sexual activity with, but I guess, yeah, I don't need it to get off.
Like, I could probably masturbate to, like Jane Austen films.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is the whitest white girl thing you've ever said. I could probably masturbate to Jane Austen films.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I have a hard time with with the pornos.
I got you. And I totally get it, but there are times when I enjoy the just I like the idea of spontaneity. I like the idea of spontaneous sex. And of course, I think we all part of the fantasy is life without consequences.
Yeah.
And because we have to face consequences every day. And so if we can have a little bit of escapism and be like, I'd like to be a pizza guy and fuck the lady who answers the door in her lingerie. I totally won't get fired or filmed against my will or blackmailed, It's just like we have to consider all the consequences. And that's, I think, one of the great functions of pornography is it's an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a form of escapism.
Right. I've got a cool question here. Someone on the internet has asked, do they really have sex when they are filming porn? Yes. But then they go on to ask, how is it not illegal? Isn't it like prostitution?
Yeah.
Let's dive. Let's dive in this hole.
Let's go into the hole.
So,
I want you to spread the labia, go into the hole.
So people get paid to have sex.
Right.
In both prostitution and porn.
Yeah.
So what are those differences?
One, I think there are specific laws about both parties being paid.
Yeah, so when prostitution, only the prostitute is being paid.
Yeah.
Not the person. It's being paid
to...
It's
one of the people is being paid for the sexual activity. The other person is doing the paying.
Prostitution is paying for sex or sexual favors. Porn is paying for performance of sex.
Yeah.
Wait, you perform sex? Oh no!
No,
Now I'm all
you
knotted
are
up.
you are literally performing.
Right, and
like
you're
not
being paid by the producer
Mm-hmm.
of the porn.
Yeah.
Who is going to make money off of the porn. And it's an industry.
Yeah. Well, so is
prostitution.
I think mostly it is the who hands the check to whom.
Right. And so prostitution is illegal in some places for reasons, and then
it's legal in Nevada, and then Germany, I believe, has
porn is not illegal.
Porn is not illegal,
right?
Thankfully, there are places in the world that censor parts of porn.
I like this
question.
This question because I've never thought of it before.
Well, I have thought of it before, and most of what I could figure was that it mattered who was paying who.
Yeah.
So like, and because I, especially as I've gotten older and moved away from evangelical Christianity and become much more comfortable with my own sexuality and the sexuality of the people surrounding me, and also not judging other people's sexuality, I'm okay with the sex industry. And I don't think it's anti-feminist for people to perform in pornography or to pose for pictures or even to engage in prostitution, as long as it's their choice and they are making that choice free of coercion and not out of desperation.
If they're not hurting themselves and others, then do what you gotta do.
Yeah, do what you want, do what you gotta do. And so, and also, like, there's so much more exposure in terms of like porn performers now. Like, they're on Twitter and Facebook, and not
right. You don't have merchandise when you're a prostitute. But I would like to change that. If you need T-shirts made,
yeah,
I think
that'd be great if there was just this really banging pussy somewhere in Reno. Like, let us all know. I'm fine with it, and I think that's why like everybody should be able to decide what they want to do as long as they're not hurting themselves, hurting other people.
And then you have exotic dancers.
Strippers. Yeah, sure. Exotic dancers. So are they closer to? They're closer to porn.
Yeah.
They are sex workers. They work in the sex industry.
Yeah.
And I support that fully. And I tell you what, if I was in shape, I would try out to be a stripper.
So, do you need any T-shirts made?
Probably. I'll get some made that like
Some
like
stickers.
yeah. If imagine me 15 pounds lighter and I'll be a stripper.
I support you, Sandy.
Thank you.
In your endeavor to get healthier so that you can strip.
Yeah. So we should make a phone call and I don't know who we should call, but
We'll figure that out, and I'm gonna ask them if they would like to see you strip.
please
No,
don't. Please
we're
don't.
not gonna ask
Oh my
that.
God! Don't.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, please.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back. Ask a guy. We need a man's opinion, so we'll ask a guy.
Hello.
Waffle.
Hello, Waffle. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome back to
What's going on?
Crudimentary Questions.
Yeah, we
Yeah, what a surprise. I didn't know when you'd call, so it was cool.
here we are. So hey
Awesome.
man, let's talk about porn.
Yeah, dude. What's your
Oh, shit, okay.
what's your favorite porn? What's the dish for your dick, man?
Listen, man, I don't know how people, like, watch people fuck. Like,
Oh man, I'm so
if
with
you're not
you,
watching
dude.
it from a point of view, like, I don't know what you're doing.
What do you mean by
I
that?
don't know. Like most porn is filmed in like a third person perspective. Like you're watching two people.
Yeah,
do
like
it.
you're
Sure.
like God hovering over them, judging
Right.
them.
But there's also a category of porn called POV, point of view,
I've
where
seen
it's
some of
the
that.
point of view of the person, where you're having sex with the person. It's more like
Oh, it's like gamer
you.
perspective.
Mm-hmm. It's like point. It's like a point
yeah,
and
exactly.
shoot.
It's exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So Jill, have you ever seen
Uh,
this?
First person shooter, but it's like you're porning.
But the gun's
yeah.
your dick.
So
Yep,
you like
yeah.
that? So
Yeah,
are you a
that's
fan of that?
the only thing. That's the only thing that is comfortable with me. Otherwise, it's like this is weird. I
Yeah.
see the dude's face and like this. I don't know. It's just awkward.
And
So-
we've talked about where they put the like camera like zooming in on the genitals.
Oh, right. Yeah, but that's
Oh yeah, I'm not big on close-ups. It doesn't need to be that close
Cool.
up.
So can I just ask you, because I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, but let's perhaps we can describe this. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but in these videos, the lady is like kind of above you and like bouncing.
If you watch it, you'll see what I mean.
I will do
It's
that
just
tonight.
different.
I'm gonna look up POV
Yeah.
porn. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's just different. Yeah, just click on categories and then scroll on down, buddy, because it's alphabetical. And there are a lot.
But I guess maybe
Oh
what
my
she was
God.
asking is does it matter who the subject is in these POV porns? Because you are fucking someone now. Do you
Oh, I
like
see what you're saying.
genders specifically, big boobed specifically?
Oh, I see. Does it have to be specific? No, it doesn't have to be specific. Usually I just scroll and I'm like, oh, this person's attractive, and then go from there.
And then have a personal interaction with that person. Do you
Damn.
hear the guy grunting at
suppose.
least? Like
Sometimes
the guy you're
yeah,
supposed
see,
to be?
Then it's like a pick and choose and like scrolling through and finding a good one after that.
That
It's
is-
really not worth it. Sometimes they just talk all the fucking time. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, that's not what this is about.
Look, it's not
I
about
don't care.
you.
It's not actually your sister. Fuck.
Oh right, you were telling me there was a lot of porn about step
siblings.
siblings, right?
Step siblings. Yeah, it's an
Or
incest
stepmoms.
porn thing. That's an American thing, from what I know from reading things that I didn't look up on the internet.
Yeah,
just
totally.
Things that they spoon feed me.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like
that,
a Clockwork Orange. They held your eyes
It
open.
was basically like a global map, and there was just names on each country, and the names would relate to what their fetish is and what they look up on porn. And ours was incest.
Ours was
Great.
incest.
Incest,
like
yeah.
just sister and like mom. There's lots of mom porn.
Oh
But
man.
specifically
Stepmom
stepmom porn,
and it's
right?
weird.
They're not blood
It's-
related.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's like weird.
Man, God bless the USA.
And then it's like some of those are fine to watch because it's not real. It's
Mhm.
just a staged thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then it's like the whole porn is just like oh, we shouldn't be doing this. Mom and Dad, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, God damn it. Now you're ruining it.
Yeah. You ruined it
God,
with your crappy dialogue.
It's weird. Yeah, it's all crappy dialogue. Yeah, this is weird.
I love it though. Do you remember what the first porno you ever watched was, Waffle?
Yeah, it'd be like a Cinemax thing at 1 a.m.
Yes, man. Did you have to watch the scrambled version, or did you actually see the true, in all its like soft lit glory, Cinemax porn?
It was lots of dry humping. There was no actual penetration, but it was naked humping.
But when
it looked real.
Yeah, but when you're a teenager, that can get the job done.
One I vividly remember, a special came on one night, and I stayed up late because I saw it on we had like, what was it?
The guide?
Dish Network or whatever the hell. The TV guide, yeah. And I could see forward, and Sex Toys by Katie Morgan was on. I remember that.
Wow. What is that? Is she just masturbating?
It's just a documentary, and a naked girl documents it, or like just narrates the whole thing, and it like shows her in the sidelines. She's basically green screened in naked to narrate over the whole thing.
Wow.
And
it's just like the history of sex toys.
Wow.
That sounds educational.
It's kind of like Canadians Naked News or whatever.
It was cool. I was like, there's a lot of parts in here that I have no idea what's going on, but that was a good learning experience, I guess.
Have you ever been like caught or walked in on while you were watching porn?
Not one time ever.
Not one time ever.
That's amazing.
That is an excellent track record.
You're lucky, and now it will happen to you.
Paranoia is a bitch.
Yeah.
Also, it's a blessing.
You gotta. Hey, look, you gotta come prepared.
Good one.
Stay woke.
Yeah, you gotta stay woke. You gotta know where your mom is in the house at all times.
Yes,
I think you can't fuck around when you're fucking around.
Yeah.
I think that everyone should have like a bell on their parent so that they can hear them coming.
Once.
No, but not that kind of coming.
Once, if you have a teenager.
Oh.
Remember incest porn. God bless the USA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so very much for talking to us about this most sensitive of subjects. We appreciate your candor.
And
I don't know why it's sensitive. It's like whatever. German people talk about sex openly all the time. It's just a societal awkward feeling.
Exactly.
That shouldn't exist, really.
We're trying to break down barriers, just one podcast at a time.
Poops,
yeah.
And everybody does this.
One disgusting podcast at a time.
Well, I'm going to go look up some POV porn because that sounds like right up my alley.
All right. Mm-hmm. Go do it. Also, sorry, real quick, P.S., VR porn is the best thing I've ever experienced. Ever.
Yes. You could probably get a controller, too, that connects to your genitals and, like, vibrates at the right time.
Oh, my God. That sounds
they do. They have a suit that you can wear, and you put goggles on, and the suit like gets you off.
Okay, real quick.
It's like synchronized with the porn.
Where did you try this?
He just heard about it.
I haven't tried it.
Oh, okay.
I just know it exists.
Okay,
yeah,
well.
No.
that probably costs a lot of money to set up.
You know what, Waffle? Yeah. Next year for your birthday, we'll find a place that does it, and that'll be our present to you.
Oh, man. I wouldn't.
Wow, that would be weird, man. That's a weird gift. I don't know how you'd greet each other non-awkwardly after that.
I wouldn't want to put on a suit that was previously used by someone else. That would be weird.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey guys, you
just paid for me to masturbate. Oh, come on. We do this podcast and we call you and ask you about porn. Do you think we're embarrassed about anything?
No.
Yeah, that's true. It would mostly be on my part.
Okay. Well, we'll let you decide when you lose your VR porn virginity. All right.
Well,
I gotta pop my VR porn. There you go.
I think we should all do it.
Guys. Well, I'll let y'all go. Thanks for calling.
No, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, see y'all.
So, Jill.
Yes.
I know what I want for my birthday this year.
Is it VR porn?
It's VR porn. Yay.
Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to start a Kickstarter. We're going to get funded for Sandy's personal VR machine.
Just my VR porn experience.
Yes, you're going to get a suit. You're going to get eye goggles.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. And if anybody who listens to us happens to know of a facility where this could be done, we'd love some information about that.
God, I hope they clean the machine.
I imagine any reputable VR porn facility company will in fact sanitize its instruments.
I hope so.
Yeah. So anyway, I very much look forward to that.
Yes.
And hey guys, come back next.
Oh, sorry. Our minds are in the fucking gutter right now.
So join us again
Yes.
next week where we talk about something else awkward and strange.
Yes. Thank you for listening.
All right,
Bye.
bye.